I haven't forgiven ESPN for continuing to show the Pro Bowl when Kobe had apparently died. That was the thing that drove me crazy. I saw a TMZ story. My son called me, and he hardly ever calls me, and he was rattled by it. And I'm sitting there watching ESPN going, what the hell's going on? If this really happened, the Pro Bowl doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
All right, Pink, it's time, man. New segment here. We're gonna give Pink reactions here. Pink reaction.
Pink reactions. We got to get a better.
We're working on it. Comment, man. We need a better name for this segment here, man. Let us know, and we're gonna give them 90 seconds to react. The first one, Pink.
Yes.
All right. So during the game, this past Sunday, Patrick Mahomes. Some kind of way they gave him, or he has a watch on or something like that that could show his heart rate throughout the game.
That usually have the vest.
Okay, it was on the vest. All right, so it shows that his lowest heart rate was actually during the 13 seconds when he was entering the field in the huddle. For the 13 seconds when he had to, create a scoring drive to tie that game and send it to overtime, which basically shows that he had zero pressure on him, or the least amount of pressure on him was when he had to engineer a scoring drive in 13 seconds. What is your take on that?
It's not the pressure on him.
Right.
That's a misnomer. It's what is his internal mindset. And I would say two things with that. In a lot of ways, the cause is already lost. And it's very healthy to approach that situation where we lost, let's just go see what happens.
Right.
And it drops you. You're not anxious because you're not expecting something. You're just hoping something might happen. It's a lot of times when you see it in a game, like a team will get up, 2-3 touchdowns, 15, 20 points, and then all of a sudden the other team makes a run. Well, why does that happen? There's no pressure. Our ass is kicked. We can just go play basketball, and whatever game plans and structures we had beforehand don't matter now. We just got to go play. And then the other thing is elite athletes, they train for that. They train to control their heartbeat, their thinking. The mental side of elite athletes is what makes them elite, not the physical stuff. And so when you're a guy who can regroup, ground himself, get the heart under control, think and operate, then you can become elite. And I think that's what we're witnessing. A little bit of two things, a little bit of the lost cause and a little bit of elite mental training.
All right. You stop with 8 seconds to spare. That is good.
Time for somebody to ride a bull.
All right. The next one, Pink.
Yo.
2 years ago today, we lost Kobe Bryant. Let's get your reaction to that, man. The Mamba.
I haven't forgiven ESPN for continuing to show the Pro Bowl when Kobe had apparently died. That was the thing that drove me crazy. I saw a TMZ story. My son called me, and he hardly ever calls me, and he was rattled by it. And I'm sitting there watching ESPN going, what the hell's going on? If this really happened, the Pro Bowl doesn't matter. Nothing matters. And, it was crazy. The emotions of that were so insane because, I knew, like, in that window of time, he was spending a lot of time with his daughter. I thought it was conceivable his entire family could have been on the helicopter and died. Turned out to be him and Gianna. And there was just so many crazy thoughts that I could, still think about. And just a horrible loss, just an absolutely gut-wrenching loss of just an icon and a larger-than-life figure. But unlike many people, he left us so much. He left us a Bible of competition, how to attack adversity, how to grow as a player, as a person. It's all there. The interviews, the quotes, the actions, it's all there. He is a truly a sporting treasure.
He really is. He really is, man. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. Once again, 8 seconds to spare. I still, Really appreciate the one time I did get a chance to interview him.
You did?
I call it an interview, but really I just got a chance to ask one question.
What was the
That
question?
was a part of the Dwight story there.
Oh.
It was that same night.
What was the question you got to ask?
Like I said, I remember you asked me that before. It was
Yeah.
some that had to do with his shooting percentage. He didn't shoot that well that night. But, you know, he had plenty of nights where he destroyed Orlando, as a lot of other players do. But we're talking about Kobe right now. All right. So, of course, the next question here, Pink.
Yes.
Of course, AB, Antonio Brown, has been going on a lot of media platforms lately, a lot of hot topics, a lot of things he said. Here, we want to talk about Antonio wants to play with Lamar Jackson. His exact words were, Action Jackson. We need to leave. When asked where does he see himself next, he said with Action Jackson, we need to give him his flowers now. All right, go.
I like the idea a lot. That team does not have great receiving weapons. His cousin, Marquise, is there.
Yep.
I think it's a great fit. I mean, you got basically 3 South Florida guys getting ready to go in Baltimore. There's not a lot of other obvious landing spots for him when you really think about it. And I think that Harbaugh is a veteran coach. I think he knows how to handle personalities, and I think he'll have as good a chance as anybody to get that going. And you've got to have, and you would hope, because one of the themes with the Bucs was that he felt this sense of betrayal.
Right.
And if he looks at a guy like Lamar and Marquise as family, he probably won't feel that. And maybe it'll give him a comfortable spot for him to just play and perform.
Exactly.
So I'm all for it. I like the idea. I hope it happens. And quite frankly, I don't see a better landing spot for AB at this point.
All right. 2 more left.
Yes. Enjoying myself.
All right. So, who is more likely to leave their team? Who is more likely, to leave their team? Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, right? So, due to either retirement or due to switching teams, which one is more likely?
I want to quickly say that I think that Tom Brady potentially retiring, breaking on game day was a fucking disaster. I hated the fact that story broke that day. It was an unnecessary distraction. I don't know why it did. There's got to be some reason that happened. I think he's legitimately considering retirement, but if the Bucs stay largely intact, I don't think he'll resist the temptation to come back and play. So I would say above 50% that he stays playing for the Bucs. Aaron Rodgers, I think that relationship is just dead. I think he needs to go somewhere else and start fresh. And I think that organization. And part of it is in a way the way he played down the stretch. He wasn't good in the playoffs. He wasn't good in the playoffs last year.
Right.
And, great, you're the regular season MVP, but you hate our organization, you hate our small town, and you shit the bed when it matters most. So, and I'm not saying throw him out the door, but I think both entities, him and the Packers, are better served separate, and I would say greater than 50% chance he goes.
Exactly. All right. I somewhat agree with that. This next one is an age-old topic. We talked about this a couple times on the show. Actually did pretty well numbers on YouTube as well. So, Kelly Price had an interview. I haven't seen or heard of Kelly Price in a while. I'm surprised this made news.
She's the big fat girl that did a song with R. Kelly.
Exactly.
Okay.
And she's talking about R. Kelly. All right, so
he made you, woman.
So it was kind of weird because no one had really heard from Kelly Price, and of course, if you do know, Kelly Price and R. Kelly did have a really close relationship, artist to artist wise. And here in the article and during the interview, she explains how it was a sister brother relationship, even right. She would go to Chicago sometimes. She knew the label and things like that. Well, now she's saying in this interview that R. Kelly never did anything weird. I'm reading kind of here, so not word for word, but she's saying that R. Kelly never did anything weird around her. She never really suspected anything exactly, but she said she heard whispers, and where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Yeah. She says, I think we all heard rumors. The rumors were that he liked underage girls, but he never had them around me. So now some of R. Kelly's family is, speaking back like, damn, why are you speaking out against Kels when y'all were friends? This is that you never said anything before. Now you're just like piling on. So look, react to that if you have a side or what that.
What are they similar in age?
I would assume so, but
Kelly
I think Kels is older. I think Kels is a little bit older.
But she's not young enough to be attractive to him. Probably.
I see where you're going with this.
So I think that's probably why the relationship could have been more brother-sister than, pedophile and victim. So I'm not surprised that's what, that her relationship with him was.
Right.
Again, I'm huge on behavior. There's no way there wasn't whispers going around. So she's not saying anything groundbreaking. And I don't think his family has any right to have any beef. She's saying, what is she saying? She's saying, I didn't see anything. Nothing happened when I was there, but you heard rumors. Well, anybody with an ear after the golden shower video heard a rumor.
Yeah.
I mean, be realistic.
Yeah.
That's she's not saying anything. And why the family's salty? Your breadwinner's in jail.
And it's over.
Tough break, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot there.
I think that was a very successful,
I had fun, so keep doing that.
Yeah, man. We might have to bring this back next week, man. You guys help us with a name there. Right now we have Pink's Reaction, but we can do better. We can do better than that. Help us out on the Bishop Bubba.
It's quite literally what it was, but somehow it sounds